Hi, money saving expert. I want to talk to you about some of our policies. Austerity has caused enormous damage to people in this country. Wages have been frozen, living standards have been cut, public services have been underfunded, and costs have gone up and the cost of living has gone up. So there's an awful lot in our manifesto that will make an awful lot of difference to people's lives. Crucially, it's about raising living standards. Hence, we will introduce a living wage of £10 an hour from 2020 for all workers, including young workers. We'll properly fund our public services because at the moment, many people probably don't always realise it, but they're actually subsidising austerity by paying for their children to go through university and often paying for the social care of older relatives who need that social care. And those natural monopolies we have, like mail, rail and water, were brought into public ownership in a democratic way. So our mail service will run for the benefit of the public and run by communities and linked to the post office to establish an affordable post bank on high streets all around the country. Our railways, publicly built, publicly owned in the sense of the track, but privately run in the sense of the train operating companies and the freight operating companies. We'll bring them into public ownership, and we've announced today that we'll be cutting commuter rail fares by 33% by using the vehicle excise duty as a cross subsidy into it, and we'll bring those companies into public ownership, so all the millions that they pay out in share dividends to their shareholders will instead be channeled back into the railway itself and help to develop our system. The water industry was privatised under Margaret Thatcher and John Major. That industry has taken billions out of our water industry, taken it abroad to tax havens and not invested in the future of our water supply. So we'll bring it into public ownership and run it alongside the Environment Agency to provide good quality water for everybody, but also to invest for the future and invest in river basin management to stop the flooding of the future. So our government will make people's lives considerably better off, and there'll be no tax or national insurance rise for anyone earning less than £80,000 per year. The vast majority will be considerably better off as a result of that. But it's also about the social wage we get, the benefits we get from good quality health service, good quality education and good quality public services provided by local government. Housing is a major issue in this election and in our country. We have a growing private rented sector which is not properly regulated, and the rents are often very high, and there is a great deal of insecurity, and bills are very high because of the lack of insulation of those properties. We will regulate the private rented sector, but we will also, as rapidly as we can, deal with street homelessness by providing emergency accommodation and invest in building council housing for the future. I want to get to building 100,000 council homes a year with secure lifetime tenancies, which will give people the basis on which to grow, the basis on which to go into education and everything else, and give our children real security for the future. There's so much in our manifesto I'm very proud of, but you know what? People are going to be better off